Fire, fair and balanced. Oops, I thought I was Fox News for a minute, let me try this again.
Fire, quick, simple, and to the point. Hi, I am new to Blender. I have failed for many days trying to make fire. Something would always go wrong. Eventually, I accomplished fire that works. And now, I have compiled the actual steps that must be taken to make fire that will render properly. First, you must make an object you would like the fire to come out of. This is nothing more than adding any object, shape, or size. Since I'm making a match, I chose a sphere. Name it Fire Emitter, or whatever you decide. Fire Emitter is just the name used in this tutorial. Now make a cube, make it encompass the fire emitter completely, and make it as large as you would like the fire, and or smoke, to be contained in. Name it Smoke Domain. The name Smoke Domain is just for the purposes of this tutorial. While the object, Smoke Domain, is clicked on in the 3D viewing window. Open the Properties panel. In the Properties panel window, open the Materials portion. Set a default material, name the material, Smoke Domain Material. Now, in the Properties panel window, open the Texture portion. And in the Texture window, click the Materials icon. Name the existing default texture, Smoke Density, for this tutorial only. Now, add another texture below that texture, and name it Flame, for tutorial purposes only. Okay, let's go back and set the properties for the default material named Smoke Domain Material. This is found in the Properties panel, in the Materials icon window. Here is an illustration for all the settings for the Smoke Domain Material. Be sure and set them exactly as I have them. Okay, now, let's go back and set the properties for the materials in the Texture window. Click the texture icon, and click on the first texture, named Smoke Density. Here is an illustration of all the required settings for that texture. Be sure and set all the properties as shown. Now, let's do the same for the second texture named Flame. Here's another illustration with those settings. And like before, make sure you don't miss anything. Now, let's set the information for the fire emitter. In the 3D viewer window, click on the fire emitter. While it is clicked, go to the Properties window. You do not have to make any alterations to the materials or textures for the fire emitter. We only need to set the properties for the physics in the Properties panel. The physics icon looks like a check mark with a ball on the top of it, as shown in the illustration. Make sure to set all settings as shown in the illustration. Now let's set the final settings for the Smoke Domain physics. In the 3D viewer window, click on the Smoke Domain object. This illustration shows all the settings for the physics of the Smoke Domain. Be careful to not miss anything. Okay, that's the basics for making fire. If you click the timeline animation, you will see the fire, and it will be viewable in your render also. If I struggle with anything else, I'll try to make a video about that also. You can pause the video at places you need to view the settings for longer intervals. Thanks for watching.